Welcome to another Brio review. There's a lot happening on the layout today. We got a little bit of a yard and a repair setup today. There's the train garage, the speedy bullet locomotives in there. We got some cars waiting to go somewhere. And that old Brio locomotive is pulling his boxcars and waiting for a load. And he's sitting there waiting to go also. There's the 65th anniversary train set we reviewed last time. And then today, it's all about the Mighty Red Action Locomotive. This is a first for me. This is a battery-powered Brio locomotive. And they just didn't have those when I was growing up. We had that one, and that was about it. I think there was one other that pulled a passenger train, but none of them had batteries, so this is very cool. This is very, very cool. So it looks like there's a green light, so let's get him going. Turn him on, hit forward. And if you're new to Brio, I am not new, but I am new to battery-powered Brio because that's a fairly modern thing. But they just have one speed. They run on a AA battery. And they're compatible with pretty much all the Brio wooden track you might have. There's a couple exceptions with some much older pieces. The big trestle bridge I have. I think he might be just a smidge too tall. Maybe not. But he just moves right along. He just has one speed. And we'll see how much he can pull in a minute. They have another model kind of like this that comes in gold. We'll be reviewing that one. Plugs right along, doing his thing. All right, let's get this guy a load of cars. We're gonna stop him right here at the end of the yard. And this is from the 65th anniversary Brio set we just reviewed. So let's hook up those three cars. Now what's a little different on this is very, very movable and flexible. Whoops. There we go. So my big finger. So you wanna lift, you wanna give it a really good connection. So you wanna lift it up a little bit. It'll still couple if the magnet's off center, but for the best connection, so you can pull the longest train, you want to try to get that centered. So here we are with three cars. Let's see how he does with three cars. And he's off and running. Plenty of power to pull three cars, I think. I have tested this going up the ramps for like the bridges and stuff. Obviously pulling on a flat surface is easier, but I was able to get a train with 7 or 8 cars up a ramp. Here's a clip. I think I can. Oh, he's gonna do it. Wow. I don't think he could pull even one more car, but he did it. Wow. All right. So 3 cars was obviously no challenge for this tough guy. Let's add a couple more. And these look unfamiliar to you. These are from 1980s Brio set, so they might, they definitely don't make these anymore. And this one even, whoops, let me uncouple that. This one even says Brio on the side. So we'll add those from my classic Brio set to this very modern engine and this reimagined modern cars, but from a classic Brio set. All right, let's see how he does with 5. Man, 5 doesn't seem to be a challenge for this guy either. He's strong. Pulling 5 cars and not even breaking a sweat. Let's add to his load. All right, we're gonna, I don't think this old steam engine will mind if we give him a break for today. But I'll leave the caboose off because I don't think we're ready for a caboose yet. Now, some of these might look kind of familiar to you. These are all vintage Brio from the early 80s as well. And this was a set that came with the black steam engine, but they still make a hopper kind of similar to that. Comes in a different color. I haven't seen a tank car, and they still make container cars, not quite like this one, but you know, this color configuration might be something you haven't seen before. But it's not that different from the new stuff. Okay, so now let's see. We got the engine. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a big load. Let's see how he does. I think he can do it though. Oh, I erred maybe. Come on. All right, let's see how he does. Ah, he disconnected again. See, I think this is too heavy that the magnet comes disconnected. But I'm gonna show you a trick that might work. And this is just something someone shared with me. I have no idea if this will actually work or not. I'm trying it for the very first time right here, but okay, so this older Brio car from the 1980s, I think might hang on better than this, but this is still a modern magnet that might not be strong enough. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Now, why did that happen? I'm sure if Mom and Dad are watching, they're probably perplexed. And the reason is quite simply, and this is just the case with a lot of things, the magnets on the older Brio locomotives and cars are just stronger than the new ones. That's several people have told me that definitely seems to be the case. So you've still got a weaker magnet on this new locomotive, but with the stronger magnet on the older car, it had no problem carrying this load. So that's interesting, and it's like with a lot of things. You know, quality's just changed over the years. And that's not to say the new Brio products are bad in any way. They're not. But in some ways, maybe just not quite as strong or quite as durable as they used to be. All right, let's count them again. I don't remember. So we got our engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cars. So if you're going to make a long train like this and you have a mixture of older and newer Brio, you might want to put the older cars towards the front because they're going to be pulling the most weight. And we'll see in a minute, but I suspect if I add another couple cars, these newer ones, that's where it'll decouple, not at the engine. But let's see. Okay. So let's add a few more. Let's add what do we got over here? We got a couple box cars, container cars maybe. This is from my very first Brio set. So these are from the early 80s as well. All right, we will turn these around. Doot. And doot. Okay, let's see how he does. This might be too much. Ah! Yeah, it's just too heavy. Just too heavy. You lost your load. Come back and get your load of cars. They're all here waiting. They're all here waiting for you. Come back. All right, he's coming back around. And this guy better get off the track, so we'll move him over there. And send him up the siding. And the semaphore said he shouldn't go, but all right, I'm gonna rearrange these a little bit and let's see if maybe we can make it work. All right, so I put all of the older classic Brio from my childhood towards the front. I put the newer ones towards the back. And I don't know if this magnet up front is going to be quite strong enough, but we shall see. And I'm going to hold him so he doesn't take off too strong, because if he jerks, he'll probably decouple. But let's see. There we go. Took a little finesse, but he can do it. He's pulling a big load now. So this is really pretty strong. Let's count them again when he goes by, because I have honestly lost track. All right, there's our engine. The box car is the same color, but that's the first car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, he can pull 10 cars. What a nice long train that is on my layout. I like that. I like that a lot. But if all your Brio stuff is newer, I'm not sure this is going to be completely possible. Again, the older magnets are just stronger. Hey, it's our friend the Speedy Bullet Train. He's in for repairs today, it looks like. A lot of people really like that video. And it's a very cool looking locomotive. It's kind of a cool overhead shot, huh? Well, 10 cars is a lot, and he's working really hard right now, but I just feel like maybe we can get a little bit more. And I'm looking at this. This is from the Little Forest set that we reviewed a few months ago, and it just came with one locomotive and this very cool log car. But I'm wondering, now I'm not going to stop the train because I think starting it and stopping it's kind of the hard part. So I am going to put this on the track right after the train passes, and I'm going to push it along. Hey! Didn't even really slow him down. That is so cool. He is so strong. All right, everyone watching. How many cars is that now? Do you remember? We just added one. So how many is that all together? I already forgot. So let's count them again. All right, there's our engine. That red box car is the first car. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. Have you ever pulled 11 cars on your Brio set? Look at that go. Isn't that fun to watch? So, on these, after a while, to preserve the battery, and the batteries do go quick on these, but to preserve the battery, they shut off after a few minutes. So let me get this thing going again. There he goes. All right, 11 cars is a whole lot, but on my trains, you don't see them a lot anymore. They're a little old-fashioned. But on my trains, I really love it when I see a train that has a caboose. I think cabooses are the coolest. It's one of my favorite parts of the train. I like the whole train, but it's really exciting when you see a caboose because you don't see them a lot anymore. And I happen to have this caboose right here. And we're going to add it to the train. I'm not sure if it'll work because that'll be a long train. He's already working really, really hard. But we'll see if we can do it. All right, so I'm going to do the same like last time because stopping him, and then starting him again, that seems to be tricky. Wow, he's doing it. He's doing it. Wow. Wow, what a thing. Look at that. We've got a really long train now. We've got a really long train. So I really like old trains. I love old trains, but I mean, I like all trains. I really like all trains, but there's just something about a steam engine. There's just something about a steam engine that's very cool. And there's something about a caboose that's very, very cool. Probably because you don't see them very much anymore. All right. Let's count them one more time. Let's see where we're at. He's coming around. I think we should count one more time. That's a long train. Start with that first red boxcar. There's our engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 when you count the caboose. The caboose. 12 when you count the caboose. Wow. Oh, that is pretty cool. Now, if you're looking for a caboose, to my knowledge, and I really wish they would, but to my knowledge, Brio doesn't make a caboose currently. They've made 3 cabooses that I'm aware of. The one you see on my train, this is the very first caboose they made, and it was back in probably around 1984, 1985. And I learned a little bit about this because somebody said it was really rare, and I'm like, that seems strange. And I do remember when I was a little kid, I do remember vividly when I got the caboose, because it didn't come with any of these other locomotives or sets or anything. It came in a package by itself. And I did a little homework. The Brio company is Swedish, and in Europe, in Sweden, apparently cabooses were just not a thing that was widely used. They were cabooses are more of an American thing. So this is something they made. I don't know if it was only for the U.S. market, but it probably wasn't very popular in Europe because everybody's like, well, I don't know what that is. So they probably sold most of them here, and these were notorious for having the roof part fall off. And I did have to re-glue mine a long time ago, but they're not the easiest to find. They made some later versions that I don't think look as cool, but they don't currently make a caboose, and I wish Brio would make a caboose. Well, thank you very much for watching today's review of the Mighty Red Action Locomotive. And we made a really long train. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you coming here. I hope you had a good time. I think, for mom and dad, if you're listening, I think if your set is made up entirely of the new Brio pieces, and it probably is, it might be a little hard to make a train this long. What I read on the internet does seem to be true. The newer magnets are just not quite as strong as the old ones, which is a little bit of a shame, and maybe Brio can address that in the future. That would be cool. Because I mean, who doesn't just love a really, really long train, right? Especially when they now have these very cool battery locomotives. I'm so glad they did that. I would have loved that when I was a kid. Overall, this thing is fun. It's so nice to have a battery locomotive. A couple challenges. This is stuff that might matter to mom and dad. They are not easy to get the batteries in and out of. It's not just a little panel that opens up or anything like that. It's you have to have a screwdriver. It's a special type of screwdriver. I already forgot what it was called, but it has a weird shape to it. You can probably do it with a Phillips, but it's you can buy a screwdriver like this. I found one at True Value, but it's more of a European style, and you have to unscrew that. The screw is down the smokestack, and getting it all back together was a challenge as well. You just got to line it all up just right and hold it in, and this, that, and the other. So it's a little bit of a challenge. These are much easier to play with, but even though these are very, very cool. So I wish Brio would also. I have some other battery Brios that we're going to review very soon. Maybe I think this was one of the first they came out with, so maybe the newest ones are a little bit easier. We'll see. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll review that very soon. Thank you for watching today's very long train. I'm so excited to make a long train. This was very cool. All right. I will see everyone next time. Bye.